I'm looking at my poodle skirt.
I know. I know. It's wonderful. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Letting Spirit Drive with myself, Aley, and Arthur from Ease Your Mind, and Marina from Heart Centered Tarot. And we just enjoy having this end of the month brouhaha here.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I stopped in at Sherry was doing a show with Colleen, and I said, hey, just came in to do the thumbs up, and Sherry said, yeah, Marina's doing a show with Arthur. We have shared custody. I get him the first of the month. She gets him at the end of the month.
I also stopped by and did a drive-by. But
you did a drive-by. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So we just love
joining us. Thank you.
Yes, and big congratulations to Arthur, who has over 21,000, I think, 21,000 subscribers. And
you know how many fake accounts that is?
Yeah, I know. Think of the trolls, Arthur. Think of the trolls. Barbie, you can ask political questions. Yes, we are. All things are allowed, so to speak.
All things psychic.
Yeah, all things psychic. That's right. So,
but the big thing on my mind is, Canada.
That's it.
Yes.
That's what the top of my list today. And there she goes.
Wear the red hat. That's a different kind of red hat.
Well, yes, she says that's the liberals in Canada.
Yes,
they're red, not blue. I had no idea. Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
I was going to wear this when I went to vote. And I did have to pass it by my son, and I showed it to him, and he said, I guess we're going to go vote at different times, are we? Said, never mind. I don't have to wear it to go vote.
Right. Right. Well, at least it didn't have shovels on it.
Well, you're not a MAGA. You're not a Maple Leaf MAGA.
Yeah. No. That's true.
No.
True.
So far, fingers crossed, we look good for Carney. We'll see what happens in another few hours. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
flowers.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah. And what do I get? Oh, let's see. Well, I'm going to find one in the middle here. Oh, royal family.
Oh,
you got cards too.
Do they get to vote in Canada
royal
too?
family?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. They don't. But Canada does have a king.
Ooh. Yeah, it's called Charles.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And they get off on his birthday.
Yeah,
yes, they do.
Totally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Totally. Okay,
All
right. I get Two of Swords. People make
Two
it
of Swords.
That's exactly what they're doing. And we had earlier in the week, they reported it was record early voting, like 7.3 million, which was absolutely record breaking. So.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
Linda, that was one of my questions, and Arthur seems to think it was.
I felt it was. Her tape just fell off.
Yeah.
What surprised me was, and I don't know if you saw this, there was a clip that apparently he landed at Dover Airport or wherever, where his presidential plane is. And I believe he was getting on another plane to go back to Mar-a-Lago, or she was, one or the other. And they came together and kissed each other. And I thought that couldn't be Melania unless she gets extra.
No, it's because she got paid extra and there's a camera. There's a photo op.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, it was her 55th birthday, so maybe she relented.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when they got to Rome and they got off the Air Force One, she got in a car. He got on a helicopter.
Oh, is that what it was? A helicopter? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Yeah. Well, they're never together. But I know she is very Catholic. So this probably, maybe it upset her. I don't know. But
she may be raised Catholic but I don't see her
well, I agree with that's what I meant. Yeah,
yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In name only.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there was a long, convoluted thing I saw on Facebook that said that when I think everybody saw Trump slumped over and sleeping during the entire thing, but they also said when he was asleep that he was snoring so loudly that it reverberated in the Vatican. And then because when you're asleep, things kind of untense themselves.
Are you
A
talking
very
about
a very large noise came out that was not a snore. And apparently just made everybody, quite upset. I can't imagine sitting next to
he was
him.
also texting.
Yes, I saw that too. Yeah.
Totally disrespectful.
In that blue suit when everybody else was wearing black.
Yes. Yeah.
And he did that on purpose.
Oh, sure
of course
he did.
Mm-hmm.
When he didn't wear a red
Oh, you mean the mega hat? Make America Great?
No, red
tie. Yeah,
Oh,
he had a blue tie on.
But he didn't need the red nose because we already saw him. So.
Yes. Yeah.
What made me so happy was that when he came in, nobody yelled out or was happy or whatever. And when Vladimir Zelensky came in, everybody erupted in a cheer, and that made me so happy.
Same thing with Biden.
Yes.
Everybody's happy to see Biden. They were taking
yes, they were. Sure, they were. A man that's a humanitarian. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And truly a follower of the word.
Am I the only one that's not frozen?
I don't know.
Marina, you are frozen.
Hello?
Am I?
Marina's not. No, Marina isn't. We can hear you, Arthur, but your picture.
There you are. You're back.
Was I frozen? Because
Yes.
Okay, because you two look frozen. I was going to say.
I know. That's why I always ask. Who's frozen. But when I saw Marina wasn't, I knew it was just you. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
Wonder what each of the things is the best way to prepare for the fight. Oh.
I just put myself on Ethernet. So.
That's a good question, Sage.
I was just wondering what each of you thinks is the best way to prepare for the 5D realm that is coming. Well, I wouldn't say meta glasses.
Yeah.
Get your house in order. That's all.
Yeah. Keep your vibration high. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Try to focus on positive things, manifesting what it is you want. Stay away from the news.
Well, I've been really getting into Neville Goddard stuff lately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Which I did many years ago.
Yep.
But I'm just revisiting it, and it's an idea of the law of assumption where you don't have to worry about the words, you don't have to worry about the affirmations themselves, as long as the feeling is there and you're actually feeling it, you're existing in it, then it shows up faster.
Yep.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And don't compare yourself to anyone else. If you think that someone else is getting there faster than you are, and they're more in touch or seem to be more in touch. This is a journey that each and every one of us makes, and we're doing it on our own time. It is what is best for each and every one of us. So don't compare yourself like someone else just mentioned in the chat. Just go with the flow. Let things happen. Be grateful for whatever comes in.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Joan Rivers said it best, though. It always seems like everybody else is getting more sex than you. He said it's like your tax return. Everybody seems like you're going to get more than you.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. And how did you get that much? I want to know how come I didn't get that, because I used to be a tax preparer for 30 years, and people are like, well, I don't understand. And it's like, well, how much did you have taken out of your
and then what happens is then people go into this sense of scarcity and hoarding.
Yes.
And then hoarding is worse than scarcity. So it's like it's your self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yes.
That's right.
Absolutely.
There's enough for everyone.
There is. There definitely is enough for everybody.
Yeah. More than enough.
So I want to bring something up that I talked about on another show, but I just want to remind all of you here from the United States that if you're not aware that the ports of our country don't have any tanker ships at them, and they're not expecting any, or maybe they're only expecting one more container ship coming in, one more.
Yeah.
The owners of Walmart, which I don't go to, or Target, which I don't go to, but they're saying that their shelves will be empty in 2 weeks. And they've been saying this now for 6 weeks to remind us to start to stock up on certain things.
Yes.
So I'm only going to put it out there. It's not for fear. It's not for hoarding. You know, you might, I ended up getting some mandarin oranges today, which came and it says product to China. Well, of course, Mandarin is a Chinese place,
Yeah.
but at the same time, a lot of the aluminum, a lot of the packing, you just won't realize what's from China until it is no more. So
yeah, the port of Los Angeles is pretty empty. Port San Diego
and San Diego. Yep, absolutely.
And everybody laughed when I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning ordering stuff one day. I couldn't sleep. And the UPS man came and said, "Wow, this is a big order." I said, "This is what happens at 3 o'clock in the morning when you have a credit card in your hand."
Yes.
Yeah.
But now I have 96 rolls of toilet paper.
There you go. Well, I spent $500 last night, and I already had a 25-pound bag of rice and beans and stuff. But I thought, you know, this isn't going to go to waste.
No,
it's something that you need. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, this too, on top of no food inspectors. Thank you, Barbie.
Correct.
That's absolutely right. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
FDA, what's that?
Yeah, I know. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Fools, dummies, and never mind.
Yeah.
Yes. And we do need to stay out of fear and hate, and we need to stay in love. That's absolutely true. And we don't need to run out and go crazy and take, you know, buy 25 things of toilet paper or whatever. But they say it's going to, if you thought COVID things are bad, this is going to be worse.
I lived through the COVID stuff, and I got tired of using the Sears catalog.
Well, I don't blame you. Or the corn cobs, right? Those cobs of corn that you.
Yes,
it's all good.
I know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm not worried. I have to, like, you know, drop some weight here. So
hey, you know,
Mel was saying
we can all
I lost some weight.
I
said, I know, I found it. No, don't worry about it.
But you know, maybe this would make us realize and be more mindful with the food we do eat, because we tend to just eat it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, everything is so overly processed.
I know.
I mean, even yogurt has, like, they put starch in it with sugar starch as a filler, and they don't list it as sugar, but it is. You know.
I know. Yeah, it's amazing. It's when we're addicted to it, obviously. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So yes, Amy, Democrats are bringing 7 articles of impeachment, but Arthur did mention when we were talking about it that Mikey has to bring it to the floor.
Yeah,
so.
Mikey Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
We'll see.
There's what this is doing. It's making people pay attention.
Yeah.
And we are at the, you know, we've been going through a lot of stuff for a good long time, and we're getting close to the end, right? So, things are going to speed up and wrap up, and we're going to hear all kinds of nonsense over the next little while. Yeah.
I wish I could give Paul Anka royalties every time I've been hearing "My Way" that he wrote, and now the end is near.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say "Heaven, My Baby."
No.
That one too.
Not a lot of people know that he also wrote the theme song for the Johnny Carson show, and he got a nickel every time it was played.
I know.
Wow. A whole nickel.
I know.
Well, think of it in one show.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a piece that was only played for, I think it was 15 seconds on Tonight Show for the theme song of the show I wrote, and I made like $85 for 15 seconds.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
in
That's
Wilshire.
really
that's
good.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good. I love that art.
Absolutely.
And then
Yeah.
it was a repeat. Then when they repeat, I made 45.
Mhm.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm
okay.
just saying the Paul Anka wrote my way, and now the end is near. Da da da.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The
Yes.
final curtain.
And we
One of my
faced the
favorite.
final curtain. Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So-
So, any other thoughts on this article's impeachment? Do you think
They're going to sit there, you know.
it's going to sit there? Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what I was afraid of. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the fact that it's in the zeitgeist, it's
Yep.
a good thing.
Well,
Mhm.
his numbers are tanked.
Yes.
Totally tanked. Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, it makes you just want to get on that Hindenburg, doesn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The humanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Rossi, good. I'm glad you brought this up because it was on my list as well.
Yes.
Can you look into the power grid that failed? Because I believe they're still down at this point.
Yes, they are slowly getting excuse me, electricity back in
Mhm.
areas.
Mhm.
But yes, it was kind of shut down. And the first thing I thought of when I saw the article come across my phone was, yeah, this wasn't accidental.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All
the
right.
first word I got.
That's what you got to. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because it they're investigating, they're looking into it, but it's just for it to happen in a sector. Yes,
Oh.
yeah. And I got the King of Pentacles, and I see that as
Hiding something. I got. Yeah. Something's hiding. Yeah. Well, and we know that that's certainly. Today I happened to see too that there was a place, and I'm trying to figure out where it was. I can't remember now. Maybe it was Michigan or Minnesota. I don't know. There was a club that held a whole bunch of migrant workers, like a nightclub that was
114 of them.
They were working at selling drugs and selling their sex and stuff like that. Were they like 100 people that were
114, I believe.
114? Okay.
That
Yeah.
Trump was bragging about.
Oh, sure, of course. Yes.
In Colorado,
Oh,
that's correct.
yeah,
Kelly, I'm
Colorado.
sorry.
Oh, it's Colorado.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kelly.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it means that he's right. But he did say in an interview today or yesterday or this weekend, he said my first time as a president, I learned the ropes, or I did something and I took care of everything. The second time, now I run the United States and the world.
And the world. Yes.
So he really has that God.
Monkey, elephant, woman.
Yeah.
What was the next word?
Nostril.
Television. Yeah.
Nostril.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Colostomy
you all for
bag.
joining us. My gosh,
Yes.
we've got over 550 in the room.
My Lord.
Hi,
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Please do. Yeah. And
Yeah.
LB, yes, Stefan Burns is good to watch about
Yeah.
power grids and things. Go ahead, After.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I was agreeing with that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, the raid was in Colorado Springs.
Okay. All right.
You
But it was
know?
like
But they weren't eating dogs and cats.
No, yeah. Well, not that we know of.
not that we know of. They could have been, selling some fried food out the back door.
No, I don't think so at all. Just,
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Now,
Uh-huh.
I have a question. With Kirsty No loses her purse
Mhm.
along with her Homeland Security card and $3,000 cash and blah, blah, blah. And within a couple of days, they find 2 people to arrest.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
And yes. And yet they can't bring someone back to the US when they know exactly where they are.
Yeah.
And that's a bridge too far.
I felt very sad for her. I mean, she lost $3,000 in cash. How's she going to get the new hair extensions?
I know.
Well,
I know.
everyone was saying, why did she have $3,000 in her purse? Which,
That's who she is.
yeah. Well, you never know when it's time to go shopping, because look at the outfit she had on. She has all these fancy outfits that make her look like G.I. Jane or something.
I actually threw something at the TV the other day when I was watching. I became my grandmother. I was watching something on YouTube, and one of the ads came up and says, "Hi, I'm Christine Oman. I'm so proud of it." I'm like, "No way, no way! Get that off my screen now!"
Yes.
Yeah, get off my screen.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, Grace Gilbert. You never know when your lips need a refill. Yes.
That and Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Rossi, for that. And as a matter of fact, Vladimir Zelensky also wrote to the people of Vancouver and said that he was sorry to hear about this. The man is a real tragedy.
But they did get one from Trump, didn't they? He just went ditto.
Yeah, because that's all he can spell. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here's an interesting one, guys. Had a vision the next pope was black. Is this accurate? There is one or two that are there at the Vatican right now.
Absolutely.
I understand that. I feel I was actually getting possibly from Thailand, Asia.
Oh, an Asian pope. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. It does not feel like the next pope is going to be your typical white pope.
But I do feel he's going to still follow through with what Francis started.
Yes.
Okay.
And be progressive, not take us. Did you saw Conclave?
Yes, I did.
So it's not like, the one guy would take us back to 1957.
Yes.
Right. Yep. They said that that people watching Conclave since the Pope passed has gone up like 350%.
Yeah, and they're also putting out the mistakes that were made that weren't true, and
of course. Yeah, I know.
Suspension of disbelief. It's a movie, for Christ's sake.
Well, that same thing happened to Dan Brown. Remember when he had written those books about the Da Vinci Code and other things?
Da Vinci Code.
And everybody's like, "Oh, it's against the Catholic Church and everything." And it's like, no, it's fiction. That's crazy. Yeah.
Remember,
it's like watching the movie of Cary Grant playing Cole Porter, and that never mind.
He doesn't look anything like him.
No, what's the matter with you guys?
Yeah, and how much in love with his wife is. Anyway, another story.
Yeah.
Irma, I just want to say congratulations to you, and I hope everybody else feels the same way.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Irma. Yeah. All right.
And yes, Rossi, Francis was from Argentina, but he was of Italian descent. And so.
Okay, that's true. This
We all
happened
have to have a
actually.
moment to pray to our Saint Gloria Gaynor for.
There you go. A couple of months ago, I think it was, truckers were being pulled over in Arkansas, and they were asked if they could speak English, and many of them could not. And that kind of went away. This makes sense that they would do this.
Yeah.
What do you see about this, you guys? What do you think about this?
It was just stated by Carolyn Levitt that from now on, all truckers have to speak English. Do you see this actually passing? Thank you very much. As long as they say "see," they understand.
Yeah, exactly. There's,
like I said before, I don't mean to cut you both off, sorry. But when they were needed, they were called the essential workers, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
The ones that would go where angels feared to tread. Mm-hmm. And now we're ripping them all away, that we don't need them like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. How many native-born American white men are going to hop behind a semi or behind the wheel of a semi and
Mhm.
drive for miles and miles and miles for pennies on the dollar.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, so yeah,
Yeah.
good luck. Good luck.
Well, that's why Sarah Huckabee Sanders wants to get rid of all the child labor laws.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Let
yes.
the 14-year-olds do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I get craft if they're crafting this,
Yes.
and I'm getting there maybe some support of it. But then when they have a lack of
Yes.
truckers, they're going to have to change. Like he said about the migrant workers, he's like, well, we may have to rethink that because he can't make up his mind about anything. So
I know.
yeah,
I know. I've done several readings today, and for some reason, the King of Pentacles keeps coming up. So
Oh.
clearly, that's kind of a universal message for everyone. But on that topic, I picked 2 cards, and I got the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So it's they're going to realize that those trucks are not going to drive themselves. So what you have done, what you reap, you're going to sow. It's not going to work out well. But
That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. All right. So there was something here. Let's see that I wanted to. I want to talk about this because there is a misnomer about the International Criminal
There was
Court.
no warrant.
What?
There was no warrant.
Well, that's for sure, but they can't warrant us because we are part of the International Criminal Court. So somebody did say the other night that it's possible we might be able to have this go through under the El Salvador thing. But the International Criminal Court usually doesn't have anything to do with us because we are a part of the International Criminal Court, unless they change it in some way.
I did see that the UCLA, I mean, the ACLU, sorry. I'm slightly dyslexic. Talk about an alma mater. But anyway, they were saying that because of the way all the other things have been filed in court, their new filing is claiming that the people of they're not calling El Salvador a country. They're calling El Salvador as the contractors.
Okay.
That they're the contractors that they hired to do this. So why can't has nothing to do about them being another country? And I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. Because if he can come up with stuff, so can other people.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And they are. They are contractors. He paid them.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And I'm sure somebody got a kickback too.
Oh
yeah.
Please.
Oh yeah. Well, and then they went and moved. It was ICE that was doing the deportations, and they were told to stop. And then he moved it all over to DOD, so he could continue to do it. So now they have to file against
and
that.
Still told to stop.
Yeah, right. So it's just a bunch of. It's
and
like a bunch of chess moves.
They keep on moving them out, and if you notice, they'll keep on moving to Texas. So the Blue Bonnet, housing place.
Yep, that's true.
Crazy.
This is a good question, Anya. Why does he fall asleep so readily? I think it's a combination, maybe, of all of those things. And he's fat.
Yes.
Isn't he? I mean, he's fat. Yeah.
AGEFATMAN.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's see.
I don't think the elevator is going to the top floor there.
No, it definitely isn't going to the top floor.
And if you notice, people weren't standing around him because they were afraid they get sucked into his gravitational pull because he's so fat.
Sorry. Oh my God.
No, that's one vortex you don't want to be part of.
Can you read on the autistic registry? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is such signs of when the Nazis were doing eugenics. I was saying euthogenics, which is basically what they used it for.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. No, this is the that would go against all the HIPAA rules and
Yeah.
no.
Even going through your Fitbit.
Yes.
Yeah, they were going to do that too? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
Well, they were trying to centralize all the
Mine would
information,
just
all
go,
the energies,
I
right?
was like, is he dead? It's 0.
But if you take all the information filtered from Social Security and
Yeah,
Medicare,
but
and-
it's that, but
Yeah.
that's not what it's there for.
right, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And
yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
says the man who
why don't we
played
get a registry of people who have gone to college on heroin and then had
worms in their brain.
worm brains?
Yes.
Let's keep that as a registry.
And then killed
Yes.
animals and drove them around in their car.
Mhm.
Yes, and put them around, Central
And
Park.
whales and nice fun people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a head of a whale, wasn't there?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
just watch
Oh.
The Godfather after that? Never mind.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. That, yeah, don't worry about that.
This is for
Yeah.
entertainment purposes only,
Yes.
people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
All
I don't
right,
have a
so-
triple poll.
The United States is not a member of the ICC. Our Congress has not approved the treaty establishing the ICC, and thus we are not a signatory. They do not have any jurisdiction in the U.S. That's what it is then. They don't have
Okay.
jurisdiction.
Well, they did get Duarte at the airport
That's true. That's true.
in the Philippines. So
I love this. You're right, Elle. But he's a special type of.
Yes, he is.
Of course, he's only 235 pounds, isn't he? Or
Yes.
and
Yeah.
six something.
6'10"?
I saw a picture, and this was someone had taken this picture at one of the protest rallies, and it was a little girl, probably maybe 4 or 5 years old, okay, holding up a sign that said, "I too am 6'3" and 234 pounds."
Oh my
So,
God.
Yes, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
All right. Trump has just released an executive order that mobilizes the military to maintain law and order within 90 days. These executive orders are not legal. That's the problem. They have to be passed by Congress, don't they?
Martial law has been passed. Doesn't have to be passed by Congress. I mean, that's what the
Okay. Yeah.
the guy in South. Now, somebody will correct me on this, but
Mhm.
when the president in South Korea claimed martial law, and then they barred anybody from going in their Congress to stop it. It was only like 5 hours or something like that.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before, yeah,
He's
Yeah.
been impeached and he's in jail.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you know what? These are the kinds of things that when people know that they are on the tail end of being tossed out.
Canadian
They
election
start-
live, Liberals 25, Conservative 12.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you,
thanks for
Mark.
the update. I thought you had to have a war too, Gloria, before you could do that. I did. And, he's trying to use the immigration, the illegal immigrants as a war, right?
But the thing is, the gang is not a country.
Yeah,
So they can't be at
Right.
war with a gang.
That's true. That's true.
Also, when I originally predicted that everything would start cracking on the Ides of March, when I said the mirror would start cracking, that's when Signalgate went down. But
Yep.
it's also on the 15th, and I said it would come out later. Also on the 15th is when they rounded up all the quote-unquote Venezuelan gang members, had them on the plane, then they put the proclamation through.
Right. Yep.
And not the proclamation first. No.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
rounded
Yep.
them all up, then did the proclamation, which is unconstitutional, and then put them on the airplanes and had them fly away. That was on the 15th as well, the Ides of March.
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it takes time to get this out as well. So
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I watched a show called War Games last night. It was out in 2024, and says it's a documentary, but
Oh, I
What
thought
it
it was
was.
more Matthew Broderick. Would you like to play a game?
Oh no, it's not that one. This one actually is. It's got Alexander Vindman is in it, and so are some other Doug Jones, senator. What they were doing was they were trying to predict that if there was another January 6th by a religious militia, what they would do, and they all played they played it as a game, and it was fascinating. Of course,
Wow.
Beat
Okay.
them with their crosses.
yeah, I know that you'd be burning them, right?
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I know who this person is. Rio Tatsuki. It's a prediction of July 5th or 15th. There'll be a major tsunami that will hit Japan and all the surrounding Pacific islands, the size of Thailand's. The one they had in Fifi. Okay.
Yes. I did hear about that this this Rio Tatsuki had made this prediction and several others, and I think it was in the 50s.
I'm not feeling
Okay.
another Fukushima. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and part of the because she she worked sort of with groups of 15, there is some question whether that July 5th date was referenced to 2024, 2025, or 2026, depending on how how she did certain things. But the other predictions that she has come up with have happened.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, there. I don't know. I'm not really getting anything one way or another. Like I don't feel scared or apprehensive. I'm not, you know, nothing in the solar plexus. So
Mary says he's had many dreams that have come true.
Yeah.
So
well, that's kind of like, you know, Jean would have her little moments and say things. I mean, she had 9/11 before.
Did she?
Yeah, way before, and she died in 1997.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
wow.
That's 93.
Okay. Wow. Yes, Arcadian Proud. We did hear that whole interview was really fascinating to read. And he had Ashley Parker there, plus the guy from Signalgate that, you know, was in that. And it's worth a read. He's so bravado. And yet at the same time, I think they asked him a question like, most presidents that have been here are kinder and empathic to smaller countries and such. How come you aren't? And he goes, oh, I really think I am.
Yeah. Look up the word.
Yeah,
I know.
I think they probably like subliminally. Remember the group Tears for Fears? They had that song, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that is, I cannot imagine him saying something like that, because that is, it's a thoughtful answer. So unless he was given the questions beforehand and somebody wrote the answer for him and he just repeated it, I think that I'm not exactly sure that he is intelligent enough to come up with something like that.
Yeah.
Well, you got a point there.
I think the name one of his, you know, when he goes, one of the names of the books about him will be called Ketchup on the Wall.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, then there's PP tapes, and then there's other things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller, yeah. Everybody, if you don't know, you may have been in a bubble, but May 1st is a general strike for everybody, and it's a Thursday, and people are saying don't go to work, go to do now. I know you mean a strike from a company, but they're saying that the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, actually this weekend coming up, all 3 days are different things that they're trying to get people to come and protest. The problem is, and when that show that I was just telling you about, one of the things that they said was that they'll have antagonists in the group, and the antagonists will do something, and that will cause him to call martial law. And so, yeah.
So at least we know what Carl Rittenhouse will be doing.
Yeah, I know. No kidding. Yeah. But you want to know, Amanda, on general strikes with regard to like Ford or places, Boeing, those kinds of places? Is that?
I'm not feeling it right now.
Not feeling it? Okay. Yeah. I get it in a future time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. If things don't go fast enough, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you know what? The oligarchs have already met with Trump. They've already talked to Trump about, our shelves are going to be empty and so on and so forth. They're going to look after their own interests, right? So, before it gets to the point that there are strikes and so on, they're going to look after their own interests, and they're going to keep things moving, right? They're not going to stop throw a cog in the wheel. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So White Dragon wonders, any thoughts on a level 9 earthquake?
Maybe on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Okay.
I mean, I lived through a 7.
Did you? Okay.
The Northridge.
Huh?
But I'm not feeling that something of that magnitude. At least I'm not feeling it. I could be wrong. And when I'm not here next week, you'll know why.
That's very true. Yeah.
But I really feel my guys would be kind enough to say, get out of town.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So geophysicist says the 17th is going to be a huge coronal mass ejection from the sun that will trigger seismic activities. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where we put our phones in lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, what is it? Psychics are maybe 70, 80% right? I don't know. Is that, we're not
gods.
Yeah, right.
No.
We get the script ahead of time, but then, someone gets to do the ultimate rewrite.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, actually, somebody explained it very well this morning when I was talking to her, because I kind of went off on a show last night, which I do apologize for, but not.
Okay.
And she was saying being psychic and stuff like that is like trying to talk to somebody underwater. You can kind of hear and make out what they're saying, but you're not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. And I thought that was a really good analogy.
That or the telephone game, Arthur, right?
Yes.
Or just a tin cup with a string.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. But you'd start something and it would go down, and the last person had the craziest thing in the world, and it had nothing to do with what.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. We all have free will, every single person. So, I may see something as happening a particular way based on the information that I have in front of me right at this moment. Mm-hmm. Somebody totally unconnected to with what I'm seeing or reading about may have an impact on somebody else whose cousin's brother, sister's wife's best friend does something, and that throws everything off.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but I also equate it to, let's say you have a dozen paint sets. You give one to Miro, you give one to Monet, you give one to Picasso, you give one to Erte, you give one to, Mama Moses, and you give one to
Frida Kahlo.
Anyone, Picasso, and you step back, you get the interpretation of what they saw.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same.
That's right. Well, it's the same thing I've said before when you're standing on a corner and there's an accident and
Yes.
us three are standing there and they come over and they say, what did you see? Marina, what did you see? You know, and we all saw something. It could be very different. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Except if you put an orange man in the lineup, it was him.
Yes. That would probably be no problem right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Well,
do you
one
think the Epstein
Yes,
files are going to be released?
Mhm.
yes,
You
eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think maybe sooner rather than later.
And
now.
after the girl committed suicide, that was so sorry. She'd had it. She couldn't go anymore.
Remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she was in a car accident
Hmm.
and someone said she only had a month to live or something like that. Something happened to her and it was her. And then she wrote, if anything happens to me, it wasn't suicide.
Yes.
And so now, was it suicide? I don't know. Maybe she, I thought, well, maybe she couldn't stand the pain or knowing she was going to die and killed
I
herself.
don't know, but
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel
Tortured soul and tortured life.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we have to thank her for standing up and speaking out as loud and as long
Mhm.
as she,
Oh, yeah.
But I do feel the truth on that will come out.
yes.
Where's Jessica Fletcher when you need her?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah. Or Miss Marple.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hello,
Yep.
Pearl.
I know.
Mhm.
Robert Hartman wonders if Al Gore would ever run again, that he was on
No.
the Bill Maher show. No. Yeah.
Okay.
He was chewing him out, wasn't he? Wasn't he? Didn't he just recently speak somewhere and chew out the old man? I think so. Not Maher, but
Al Gore?
Al Gore was complaining about the president. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. No, he's done. That chapter of his life, he put a period at the end of it. That's it. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, she might have had a bad head injury, innocent potato. I can't remember what it was, but it was something that they said she wasn't long for the world. So I'd still like to know whatever that happens. Any idea how low can you go?
Well, right now is an approval rating like minus 12.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, those are lies. That's the fake news.
Oh no, it's positive 12. Sorry, we were holding it up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly.
We had it upside down. Sorry. Oh, it was kidney failure, Rose Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a head injury. All right. I'm going to be interested to know.
But what was the cause of the original accident? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, here it is. Lorraine has it. A bus ran into her, and there was a picture of her on social media with her face all bruised up with a statement. Yeah, and I remember that, Lorraine. Yeah, yep. Linda G posted a picture of her driving home from surgery with her dressings on. Yeah, but there was something they said that they
that's totally different. That is actually Linda G. Our Linda G. Put a post with her. She got a little bit of stuff done.
Oh, it's Linda that put her picture up? I'm sorry. I thought she put up Virginia's picture.
She sent it to me, and I said, my God, with this look, you could be the Mother Superior from Sound of Music.
Oh, my
she
God.
had surgery today.
Oh, she had surgery today. Thank you. Yeah, that's why sometimes if we don't get the whole thing, things can get a little confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
From your lips to God's ear, Bernice.
Yes. I get.
Yeah.
I've got my date marked on my calendar, so yes.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's do a couple of personal readings before we sign off tonight. So we have Maddie. Is the financial move I want to make concerning my house the right thing to do?
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll figure it all out over the next 4 months.
Okay.
That's what I got.
All right.
So I just throw in there. So
that's all right. No, that's perfect. I get you're going to come to some kind of an alliance with somebody. And it says, use your imagination. And I'm getting rest, and I'm thinking, use your imagination and sleep soundly. It's all going to be okay. Yeah.
And I get the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles. So yes, whatever you're going to do this, you're going to do it with someone else, and it's going to work out very well.
That's great. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. All right. So we have a possible birthday message for Play, Love, Remember from her dad. All right.
What was her dad's name?
Yeah.
What did you say, Arthur? Oh, the dad's name. I'm
Dad's
sorry.
name.
Dad's name would help.
Okay.
I'm medium
But
rare,
did-
remember?
Yeah, that's right. Give us Play. Give us your dad's first name, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still here. Ken. All right. Ken. Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you what I get. It's a good thing you didn't listen to me. That's
That's
what
what you.
just got from him. It's a good thing you didn't listen to me, and I'm really proud of you. You stuck to your guns, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And you proved me wrong.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I get he's encouraging. I get the King of Swords. So he's coming through and saying, thank you for sticking to your guns. Live your truth. Live your truth the way that you want.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
So I have here abundance. He says you're living, living and doing the things. You have an abundance of the things you need on your journey. He's loving it. He's like, you're ready to step off into a new pursuit, perhaps. And he's also saying he's happy that you have renewed or whatever it is that you have been missing within the last number of years, that you've renewed your appreciation for it or your interest in it. So that's what I get. And happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If I'd known, I would have eaten a cake in front of you.
You would have brought one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Mercury Angel, your dog is doing fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
someone
sorry.
Someone is looking after the dog. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do get the dog comes home.
Ah, okay. Okay.
It might take 3 months because somebody else is taking care of the dog.
Yes.
But is this, she lost her dog, but does she mean that it died or that it ran away? Or
I don't know. I get.
Yeah, I know.
The
That's
thing
what
is,
I
either
don't
way,
know
the
either.
dog's coming back around her
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
one way
All
or the
right.
other.
One way or the other. Yep. That's all right.
I actually feel it's going to show up. I feel the dog crossed.
Uh-huh. Okay. So maybe that's why I got that too. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. All right. This is our friend artist Liz. She wants to know, will she be okay when she leaves the hospital? Well, I sure hope so, Liz.
Yes.
Physically or mentally? No, just kidding. Liz, I'm teasing you. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do what the doctors tell you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, don't argue with your doctors. Don't just, they say something, just, okay,
Uh-huh.
do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, she died. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Mercury Angel. That's what I thought.
Because
Yeah.
I said
But
she's gonna
somebody
come
on the
back
other
in-
side is
in about 3
is-
months.
is working with.
Show up.
My father has all my dogs. He has like 10 of my dogs.
Mm-hmm.
He-
Yes.
He's always taking care of them over there.
I wonder if my mother has my goldfish on like little leashes.
I think
Yes.
it's very possible, Arthur.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. This is an interesting question, Barbie. Do I need to speak in Spanish to my spirit guides?
No.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No, you can speak whatever language you want. You don't even have to speak any language.
Speak from the heart.
Speak from the heart.
And that has its own language, all of its own.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep. Yes, yes, yes. That's wonderful. By the way, thank you to all of those people who donated to Arthur's channel tonight.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them, and oh, okay. So Mark put in the Liberals 78, PC.
Yeah,
What's that?
Conservatives 56,
Conservatives.
Bloc Québécois 10, and NDP 1.
Okay, so that's looking pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
look at this, everyone. I'm all the way from Ecuador, and I'm visiting my daughter-in-law's family. Well, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's just
Yes.
awesome. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good luck getting home. Just kidding.
I know.
That was not a prediction. That was just me
I
being.
know. Yeah, you got to be careful. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear your son passed.
God wanted his angel back.
I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes.
This may sound odd, but then again, it's coming from me. If there was something that the two of you had once planned to do or you wanted to do together and you didn't get a chance to, he didn't do it. Go.
That makes sense.
So
I'll be with you is what I got too. Go and do it, and I'll be with you because he's with you all the time, Elaine.
yeah.
Yeah.
But don't hold yourself back from having. What he's saying is, don't hold yourself about. If you smile, don't feel guilty. If you laugh, don't feel guilty. I want you to smile. I want you to laugh. I want to hear you laughing again. That's what I'm hearing.
Wow. That's
Very, very good. Yeah, Arthur, that explains my 5 of Wands. Is stop beating yourself up. Stop thinking that you're being disrespectful if you enjoy things, if you find amusement in something. He's saying, look, I'm the one that died, not you. So carry on, do what you need to, and don't beat yourself up. Just carry on.
Look what I got. I got affinity. He loves you dearly. It's like he remembers all the things you did together. And he says, I'm really there. I'm right there all the time. And just think about me, Mom, and I'll be there for you. So
I want to address something that Julia Casey just wrote. Please, it is rude to make fun of the president or anyone for that matter about their weight, physical issues, etc. As human beings, we are better than that. However, we're making fun of a caricature.
Yes.
To me, when I talk about what I say about him, it's more about the character that he's created. I'm not making fun of people. Look, I was 230 in a wheelchair one time. Okay?
I was too.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And I'm not making fun of that. I'm just making fun of the fact of who he is and his ill-fitting suits and everything else that makes him look like a buffoon. Okay? So and then I got raked over the coals once when I said something about it ain't no fat lady sings. That's an opera joke that's been around forever.
It's
It
forever.
has nothing to do with Zoftic people. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
So if you were offended by that, I'm sorry, but that is not how it was meant to be said.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. And this we're talking about a man who has made a career of bullying and I didn't know what to do. Okay, so you know what? Am I gonna? No, I'm not gonna apologize for making fun of him. Not one little bit. Sorry.
He makes fun of everybody all the time. Yeah.
Yes,
he does.
exactly.
Yep.
So I just wanted to say that. So please, from the bottom of my heart, I don't say this to hurt people. And
No.
even if
Listen,
we
that
know better
wasn't
than that,
intention.
we know better than that, but we're talking about a buffoon.
Yes.
And
Right.
we're making fun of the man who makes fun of his own weight that thinks he's like, 110 pounds. Okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yep.
So, you
Sorry.
know, yeah.
I'm off my soapbox now. I'm shorter.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
It was worth mentioning because there
Yes.
isn't anybody that I feel it's right to make fun of. And at the same time,
Yeah.
the person that is probably the cruelest
Mhm.
is the person that
Yeah.
we were talking about. And
And when we don't call it out, when we're silent about it, it's like we are agreeing with it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's right.
Wish
So,
like you did.
yeah, I had a visit from a spirit when I was washing dishes. I felt a breeze and a touch on my cheek. I wonder if it was newly passed spirit, a formerly passed family member, or my spirit guide. Well,
I want to say a grandmother type family member.
ooh, yeah, yeah. I love
That's
that,
what I
the
got.
breeze and oh yes, I agree with you. I got a female and it says a support role. And
yes.
so I agree. It was your grandmother, and she said, I'm here to support you in anything that you are doing. Yeah.
Just grab the dishes better next time.
Yes. Don't forget that little part over here that you didn't get clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
I think it's wonderful that you felt that. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a good feeling.
It is a
Yeah.
good feeling. All right.
Yes.
So we got one more for tonight, and we're going to sign off. So, will my ex stop his shenanigans in court, pay what he owes, and leave me alone? I'm so sorry you're going through that. That's
Yeah.
awful. Yeah.
You know what? He is he going to pay you what he owes you? No, he's only going to give you a part of it, and they're
Yeah.
going to force him to do that. Is he going to leave you alone? Not until he finds someone else that he's going to be in a relationship with that he can focus on. So, put it out there. Pray for him to find a new relationship that he can focus on.
This is where you send them love and light, because if you
Yes.
send them love and light, they can't stay around you because you're too love and light.
That's
Yes.
true.
But I
That's
feel he has a new victim by October.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
And
he's on his
payment-
fifth marriage.
Deception
Two
and
payments.
argument. Deception and argument. Yeah, and he loves doing it. It's like, this is fun. Why don't you try the cord cutting? That might work. Yeah.
Yes.
You imagine him in front of you and you're cutting in, the invisible cords that
Yes.
tie him to you. And Arthur's right. If you send him love and light, he's going to be very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go to bed tonight, right before you go to sleep, you are going to envision your world that he's not in it anymore. And how would you feel if you don't hear from him anymore? How will you feel when when you don't even care about the money anymore, that he is just not there? Like that song, I Feel Nothing.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing there. Live and work that. And do that for about 3 weeks, and you're going to start seeing and notice that you don't care. And the thing is, you're not projecting him to get here. It's like you're projecting a life he does not exist.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is sad, though. When you've got somebody that's a hanger-oner that wants to just absolutely create havoc in your world,
Mm-hmm.
that's terrible. I'm so sorry you're going through that. That's
But I do feel, and
stalker.
they would ignore restraining order anyway. So
Yes.
so just try this little technique.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It can't hurt. It
Yeah.
can't hurt.
It just makes your life so much better.
Yep.
Absolutely. So I want to thank Arthur from Ease Your Mind and Marina, Heart Centered Tarot, for being with me tonight on this channel. And Arthur is obviously has a lot of people here from his channel, so we're really happy to have. Yeah. And please like and subscribe if you would to our channels. Marina and I are on in the middle of the month. And next month it will be on her channel. And then at the end of next month, Arthur will be back for shenanigans at the end of May.
Exactly.
And you never know what we can read on then. Maybe it'll be good news.
Why not?
What's the good news? I said, well, don't ask me the specific date, but one day we'll be reading an obituary.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I didn't say who. I'm not
Yep.
wishing anything on anybody.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep. You're absolutely right. You are right, sir. Yep.
It is always, always a pleasure to do this with you guys.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I look forward to it. So
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. And thank you everybody for being here and interacting. We
Yes.
had about 600 or 700 people here tonight, and
Wow,
that's
yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
But that's why some of you we couldn't answer all the questions. But thank you
Yes.
for being understanding. And we'll see you
Absolutely.
later. Thank you.
Yes.
Good night.
Bye-bye.